like I was saying, we are going to be having breakfast at home, and you can see the breakfast has already started. We have the pan here getting ready for some eggs. We have water for tea there. Coffee is going on there, and yeah. Pickup is happening at 8 o'clock, so I need to get a bag ready with us because today is going to be hot according to the weather forecast. So we need to have some water with us. We have ordered lunch, so the people coming to pick us will be coming with our lunch, and we are out the whole day. Yeah, we're going to be out from when we are picked 8 to 3 o'clock. So it's such a long day. So let's prepare for that. Get the water out. We have a bag here. This is where I'll put some water. This was in the freezer, so it's perfect. Bottles. Tea bag. They are beside the Good morning.
Morning. It's a beautiful morning.
It's a beautiful, beautiful morning.
We are making our own breakfast.
Yes.
In Poland.
In Krakow. 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 Krakow.
Krakow or Krakow?
Krakow. Krakow.
Yeah. Last night, today we were talking with the in the morning. He was saying, now he understands
And you guys, you wake up to conversation.
Why we get frustrated when we come to Kenya with the driving.
Mm-hmm.
He said all the way from Sweden to Poland, not even a single accident.
Yeah.
And the traffic is flowing with a lot of cars. So it's not a matter of a lot of cars or anything, it's how it's following the rules.
For me, actually it's not from Stockholm. For me, it was when we entered the borders of Poland, because that's where the trucks started appearing.
Yeah, but he's just talking about the driving in general. He understands when I get frustrated in Nairobi because you can't even go in there without hearing an accident that happened, something that happened, or he was saying it's very important to the rules, not that just driving.
Yeah. And also, like when we were coming again, for me the shock was the trucks in Poland, and you can see they are sticking to their lane. They're sticking to their lane. There's nobody who is overtaking and unnecessarily. So the small cars know that I can overtake without a lorry or a tractor coming on my side.
Following the rules.
Yes. Because there are so many trucks. The productivity in this road is
on another level.
It's amazing. Cheers.
Cheers for that.
Cheers.
Where you want the eggs?
On our plates.
No, me, I'm a good
Oh, it's just the three of us.
Maybe wait for Len to come, or he's about to come.
How many do you want?
One.
I want to put for him so that it will serve also.
Do you have salt there in there?
Hmm?
Do you have salt?
We didn't even buy salt. Then I want to remove your TV, it's ready. Is it?
Anyway, is the tea ready?
No.
So that I can cook my
Yeah,
egg.
I come and put the tea direct in the house.
Is there any salt here by the way?
Checking the upstairs. How we could eat eggs without salt?
Capsicum might be salt. So, sugar.
There is sugar.
No, yeah.
If there's sugar, there could be salt. Salt, eh?
You can take.
There you go. Salt and pepper. I put here.
Yeah.
Oh, what's this one?
It's now it's in the highest.
9.
Yeah.
When it comes to good down.
Yeah, and then you press here,
Where?
you press there, and then you reduce there.
But do you want bluebird for this? Do you want small?
I said, look,
I think you do it right now.
that you go to the pan is hot.
It's too hot.
Oh, okay.
So it's
How many are taking sausages? Let me repeat.
Your of us need to.
You want more?
Are you taking? 2.
I take one.
No, and me 1.
And you?
2. And then 1 will be.
I put 5.
Bring it for me.
Are you going to make coffee to take the gift?
No. They're hard. You can make it you like.
I'm asking at the end.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Let me first sit and think. What is it?
Let me see the thing.
And think.
What are you thinking about?
Everything.
So this is our breakfast.
Yes. Audio. Everything okay.
They become stones.
Why? Because we didn't like it.
I don't know. They're so
You can
hard.
have a bit a second.
In the micro.
What do you need?
Yeah.
Count what you need in the micro. Yeah, a second. That's what you do.
Yeah, that's the thing they took.
Wow.
They're so hard.
I think, yeah, maybe they just hard on the outside.
Or we warm them in the micro a little bit.
Let's try.
Are you done with your juice? And this?
I just put it there for anybody who wants something different. Och kniv och gaffel då? Vad ska vi äta?
You can start in at the front of it.
Yes. Morning.
Morning, morning. There you go. They're soft inside.
Khakis.
You already, I was wondering, where are you here with the shoes?
I want to go there. I'll be back in 2 minutes to eat this
You go running.
raspberry and a banana. Hey, I'm bringing a paper bag with dirty clothes.
My pink shoes.
And what else?
My pink shoes.
Let's talk to boys here. I reduce.
Yeah.
And the basket.
And the back. And a paper bag with that clothes.
Ati?
That packing cannot be far. Modur. Modur aku. This one. He cannot be waiting for anybody else. We are here and ready for pickup. We are at the Mary Lincoln Old Town. Are you ready for the day?
More than ready.
You're more than ready for the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
This historic.
To see the historic,
What is it? Historic.
memorial
Oh.
place, historic memorial place, and land. There are the guys coming. No, I think he's comfortable walking in those. What, sorry?
No, passport.
I have my passport.
Passport then.
They are following her.
From Birkenau we travel back to Krakow also in this beautiful car. So if you need to leave something in the car, of course you can. Actually that's what we have, why we have this car. Between the camps we get a small break, like a 15 minutes, so if you have something to eat, it's good to just leave it in the car, because it's not necessary to all the time to carry it on your back. 1 hour, 20 minutes, 65 kilometers, beautiful Holland, lazy road, I hope. If you feel not so good, just say that. Don't wait till to catastrophe, but just say it earlier. Dumplings is not for everyone, of course. So you need to understand that. And yeah, I think that's what you need to know. Later I will give you tickets, I will give you stickers, but this will be in Auschwitz in museum. So now, as I'm saying, like 1 hour 20 minutes drive. Brum brum brum. No more talking for myself.
But we can talk also.
If you have, my friends, if you have any questions,
Yes.
if you need to know something, I'm happy to answer.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we are driving 1 hour from here to the museum.
Would be good to tell us the road, maybe what, anything for us to know about this country. Some of us don't know coming to this country for the first time.
Okay, there is one or two things on the road I just mentioned, because it's very interesting, because it's also even somehow related to our history. So yeah.
What?
Oh,
History of this country established when it is an old country.
Oh yeah,
Very old. 1,000 years.
More than 1,000 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's officially we like to think that we started like 966. So there is like that's year when we stopped to be a pagan country, and we started to be Christian country. So that year we started to be the Christian country. But we also, in our beautiful history, we have a small gap when we lose our independence. From 1795 till to 1919, we were divided between three countries. Between this part here where we are now, there was a part of Austro-Hungarian part. On the north, there is a part of northeast belongs to Russia, and northwest belongs to Germany. I mean, that time Prussia, that time. Yeah, so that was not the easiest time for us, of course. So there is more than 123 years. It's very easy to remember.
Yeah.
We lost our independence.
Is it
here now, we belong to Austro-Hungarian Empire.
Yes.
So mostly Austrians, of course.
Yeah.
Russia on the north, and then there is Persia. And after First World War, we just come back on the back.
Yes.
8% are Catholic, so there's really big number of
Any other religion? Muslim?
There's like extremely small number. There is, and same thing about the Orthodox Christian, of course, also the existing, but closer to the Belarusian and Ukrainian border.
Yes.
Lithuanian border also this eastern part of Poland.
Yeah.
And also closer to the German border, there is maybe some small percent of Lutherans, but it's just, as I'm saying, there is a small number. So all this, I think, all the religions than Christians, it's maybe like 3 or 4%. So.
Yeah.
Then I also think a small part of Poland,
Yeah.
that's called Pommern, in the northwest, one time belonged to Sweden in the 7th century.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there is a
Yeah.
time that we actually, so that's actually where the history
Yeah.
it's exactly depend what time of period of history we're talking, because there is a time, like for example, of course, Poland was much bigger, so we were from the Baltic Sea to the Black Sea, for
Yeah,
example.
yeah.
But also there is a moment in our history there is like no Poland at all. So,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah.
All these beautiful neighbors around you, like
Yeah.
Germany from one side and Russia from the other side. It's always quite
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah.
But just to be clear, of
Very
course,
few.
today Germany is our main economic partner. We are together in the NATO. We are together in the European Union, of course. So
Yeah.
so we can say we quite close.
Yeah. So the German influence, and there's a lot of linkage trade. Thousands of
Dozens of thousands. We are here. We are going in at about 10 o'clock, and there is a lot of people. A lot of people.
Where?
A lot of people. A lot of buses, big buses.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the entrance where we are going in. That way it's all beginnings. So our guide is going to be here with us and to show us around. So now we are getting our tickets to get
Leonard?
in.
Yes.
Anna, Alice. Hop, hop, hop. Yenrika?
Yep. So there are our tickets.
Don't even try. Read that. My friends, we are in the perfect place, perfect time. We still have just like 1-2 minutes and we'll start. So just stay where it is. Stay hydrated. Yeah, it's very.
Yeah, we're following the guy there with the yellow tea man there. And we were like about 3 cars from this company.
Please prepare your tickets and your IDs and keep your tickets. As I'm saying, later we need to scan the tickets one more time. There is a secret to gate also on the right, trust me. And keep your tickets, my friends, because later we need to scan them one more time.
Okay.
So just hold it. Two boxes with some kind of metal things. Oh.
Getting thank you.
Maurits Henk van Ochten, Tadeusz van Zicht, Eva Neumann, Edward Ford, Sergio Moro.
This was the main camp, opened in 1941, the first camp. This one. Original structures from 1941. Everything is original. This is the watchtower right there in front. The Germans were on duty there. What makes you free? This is the main gate. This is the main gate, and it's written there, gate to freedom. And once you enter this gate, you did not come out. So this was to get in. This is the original watch gate. German guard on duty would hide inside there.
And the wooden fence replaced double roller barbed wire electrified canal. The escape from was not lost. The reign of Stammlager measured an area of 14 acres and 6 hectares. There is small space for 20,000 prisoners.
20,000 prisoners in 6 hectares.
20,000 people on average were held here.
20,000 people. And
Approximately 700 people
and
the barracks were housed. 720 persons transported via the Gestapo prison of the southern Poland, among others Polish pupils whose childhood finished behind the barbed wire. The buildings visible by Euro were already here before the camp was established.
so the building was already here, but in every barrack there were 420 people. This is electricity fence, so there was no way you could escape over that field. Some people tried to escape, and these were the Polish people. Some were shot. That is the camp kitchen where the prisoners were employing. That's where they were working. They were cooking the food there. There was food. There was food that did not have proteins. And those who were not able to survive, they died. It was very cold also. So all these are barracks. The buildings were one floor from the beginning, and then the prisoners worked and built the second floor. 1942, 28 buildings were here.
Waiting for the unknown.
This was the extermination building where the Jews were killed in concentration. A lot of people were concentrated. That's a message for everybody. Those who do not remember the past are commanded to repeat. And this is a message to everybody, actually. These are names of the local within the state borders in September 1939. Hitler came to power in 1933. Of the people who were getting into the camp, they never screamed, they were not crying because they had been cheated. They were going into freedom, but they were going to be killed. These are the extermination camps. These are photos that were taken for memories. They were divided into two groups, the ones who are very educated and the ones who are not educated. So these were the ones on the right side are the ones that were educated. The ones on the left are the ones who are not educated. So you can see they are carrying bags, and they did not know that they were going to the trains to the gas chambers. That's why they are carrying bags, because they think they are going to get jobs, to get opportunities. So these trains were ending at a crematorium where they were going to die through smoke. This was a situation of the people. These were only men. The women and children were to the left side. This is a picture of the women and children that were separated from their families. The barrack, the railway. Road of death. The people on the right side will enter the gas chamber. Handicapped, pregnant women, and the strong Jews were taken to the left side. Mothers walking with kids, walking to death. They had promised her accommodation, food, but she did not know they were walking to die. After selection, the trains are empty. The Jews were dying on the way. So here the trains are empty. These are women running to the gas chambers. And these are the bodies there. This is a model of the crematorium where they died out of gas. Is that you can take photos and you can, but without flash. But she doesn't want to be photographed without her permission, and we cannot film her, of course. But we can film and we can without flash. We are working with her. We have translators. We have the earphones here, so that we can hear what she's saying because she's our guide throughout. Plus officials worked there, and this is the gas that was used to kill in the chambers. This is the containers of the gas that was used to kill the Jews. Inside there, we were not allowed to photograph, but inside there was the hair of all the people that lost their life. About 40,000 people lost their life, and there are tons and tons of hair inside there. So, but we were not allowed to take videos there because it's respect to the people who were there. These are the chambers. All the things that were found in the bags of the Jewish people before they were killed. Brushes, hair combs. It's a moment of personal thinking, she says, which is true. These are shoes. You find clothes. These are for the handicaps, the people who didn't have legs, didn't have arms. This is what was taken from them. And these are the gas chambers. This is what was in the Jewish bags. Sufurias, cups, kettles. They had come for better opportunities. They had come with their bags and everything, but they did not know that they were coming to die. Came in good faith, she says, and were ready. They spent a lot of money to come, and they did not know that they were coming to Auschwitz. Standing in a room with around 70,000 shoes. Shoes for women, for men. Oh my God. There are high heels, there are wedges, boots. These are clothes of the Jewish children. They were coming for new life. So you can see they came with children. You can see They have put names on their bags. These are their suitcases. But because it was during winter, the jackets were on them, so not much could fit in the bags, and it was limited space. So you can see they have they were being shaved and they were all naked. So at the end of the day, they looked the same. And these were the instruments that were used. They were blunt, they were not sharp, and they were not gentle on them.
The uniforms were disinfected by gas scientifically, not regularly, every third or every fourth month. And this is how long many people lived in Auschwitz. 3 or 4 months. And within all this period of existence in Auschwitz, the same cloth was on the body during day and night.
They had the same clothes day and night, and the clothes were not disinfected, so they were disinfected with gases. And most people were in these camps for over 6 months. So people were there in the camps were given numbers, as you can see there on their arms, and this is what made the numbers. So here are people with data on this side, or the prisoners without data, and this is part of the documentation.
Of the left of the people who survived, you see the number tattooed in the skin of the left forearm. Auschwitz was the single concentration camp in which the numbers were tattooed in the skin to recognize the life of the people.
The tattoos were actually tattooed on the skin. You're going to see the Crocs that they all were very uncomfortable. They didn't have socks.
To see the original metal and metal. And that operated by the high-rank supervisor, and the noise of the bell. All the prisoners following what? Everyone's all the supervisor roused them when they had to read their speaking.
This is the bell that woke them up. You can imagine the noise from that bell. So when that bell went, they all had to wake up by being beaten. This is the water they drank from swamps. And of course, when they drank this, they got diarrhea and died. If that actually was beating them, it's in metal. This is in the morning when they wake up. and the gases from the crematorium in the air.
Every day, the commandant of the camp received the reports.
Every day the commander received a report.
People in all the parts of Auschwitz, how many in every building, which categories nationalities. This drawing, which I can see the group of female prisoners. They are leaving the part of Birkenau, where they spend short nights under inhuman conditions and walking in the direction of fields for work.
These are the women who are leaving the camps and going to work. A day was like a year, and a month was like an eternity. You see the instrument they used to construct with harsh environment, winter. They're being beaten with weapons like this one, not. So here you can see that they have to find a place to sit so that they get energy to work. Because if you cannot work, then you are considered unable to work, and you're taken to the gas chambers.
Sleepers offered to the dear person. When they had changed the meeting place in front of the building to speak for a moment, and we can see the prisoner offering the dose of a black coffee to the colleague who that day needed more. Oh, this is the Christmas tree made from the paper.
These are letters and books from people who survived the Auschwitz. Over 5,000 books and letters.
And the couple or the continue go to front. The prisoners had no permission to stay. We are picking out one of the because it's not possible. This is sculpture with what you see, exhausted women, some children.
Sculptures of exhausted women and children who are hungry and tired.
2 weeks after arrival, 25 kilograms. And please think for a moment how to go to work. I mentioned the work lasted 11 hours each day.
11 hours of walking.
Most of the prisoners who had no soup bowl within 6 hours.
You know, most people did not receive soups, they did not receive water, and that's a sign that says that it's prohibited to drink water because it leads to death.
Those many people who were transported from southern part of Europe from the world temperature. Prisoners looked for extra clothes everywhere. They looked for corpses, still dressed with clothes. They found a piece of a paper from the sack to protect the body from a low temperature, to avoid death, to avoid hypothermia, which was absolutely forbidden. Its consequence was beating. You can see the information. Now we can see
These were the toilets. And they were only allowed to go to the toilet twice in a day, in the morning and in the evening. So this is where they showered and washed themselves. So they were beaten anyway, because they were too weak. They were not allowed even to speak, because you speak, you're killed.
took the portion of the bread which was absolutely for its constant. It was put on this wooden table.
A Jewish man extracted golden teeth from
By the SS men.
on this table.
The man received
25 lashes.
from the supervisor. Can you see the criminal? The man physical shot at his face.
That's the green sign there is a strong man.
No good contact with the others because of the strange language. Cooperation with the others was finished with success and people survived. When the people were that moment under the corpse or the prisoner hanged to death, the space on the gallows was empty for sitting. We cannot wonder. They were very tired people, and the day after they could be hanged. They would finish night with death, but the space was free. That's why they left. Hey, the space was sitting.
They took the sitting because they knew the next day they were going to die anyway.
And on the outside of the corridor, you see very beautiful tunnel, all the prisoners. Below the photo. How we recognize what you do. The skull and the cloak. The triangle on the left chest. The prisoners who have no features. Memories people promise to the relatives to back to the family alive.
The date can tell you how long they stayed in the camp, from when they came into the camp to when they died. They survived only 4 months in the camp.
Look at your faces.
The major of the Polish and 4 months in this camp. And most of them are Poland, people Czechian.
Twins Polish origin. Czesława and Maria Krajewska. Separated from their mommy.
These are women on this side. You can see their faces, they're so sad.
Sister lived 5 months. The grandson on the right.
Even French women were here. And many more that didn't have pictures. Many more. We started looking around to see who was still there, who was alive, and who was gone, who was already in there, and who was still with us. Over 400,000 people are involved in the registration, and none of them survived ever. So we are going to building number 10, the building for experience. The level of punishment was by shooting, which was done secretly. This is where the shootings took place.
Police asked. 10 police arrested the prisoners, accused for contact with civilians while they were out of the camp. Those people were accused for smuggling messages to inform public opinion about crimes committed on humans here.
This was a camp prison. And this was the barrack of death. The door was always locked. Those are the beds. Every bed had 6 people. This is where the shooting took place, starting with children as their mother watched. Oh, what a painful way of dying. Yeah, the flag up there represents the prisoners' pajamas. So this was the shooting chambers or war. Prisoners window where they did not have view. We're going to the crematorial place. Thousands Jews standing on these corridors waiting for registration with no food, no water, the harsh climate. "150 prisoners managed to escape successfully, but 900 tried, but they did not succeed." This is the execution. Hanging took place.
They were not afraid to die walking for execution. They were singing Polish patriotic song. So moral strength.
The prisoners were supposed to stop here, and those who didn't were shot. But the gun was sitting in the tower there. The chimney of the crematory building ahead there.
After the war, the triple gate was constructed for hanging of Franz Rudolf Fuchs, main commandant of the camp captured by British on the plain of Birkenau.
This is the cremation.
First we entered the gas chamber, opened spring 1942. The first victims of the poison were Soviet soldiers of war, sick prisoners from pseudo hospitals selected for death as unable for future work, This is where the first Jews from Terrain of Apia, Silesia, were sent for death. They lost vital strength and energy to work for the German industry, and the future was dead in the gas chamber. Majority of the Polish or European Jewish people were killed not in this gas chamber, but in the gas chambers of Birkenau. In December 42, the gas chamber was locked, and the room was changed to the A-white bomb.
This was the original entrance for the prisoners. We are coming to the second part of this Auschwitz camp, concentration camp, and I can tell you guys, unless you come here and see for yourself, you can never understand the magnitude and the impact of what happened here. You can learn it in school, but until you see these cells and the chambers for yourself, you cannot truly understand what happened and how some people can say it never existed. I don't get it. If this is not a sign for us to live more peacefully and to love one another, I don't know what will bring the world peace.
ESS 44, May. Some pictures were taken from the main. And this is the platform which was covered.
This is the Birkenau camp, number 2 and the largest of the camp.
This place was named IVSS, Konzentrationslager Auschwitz II, or Birkenau, Brzezinka, in Polish language. The name of a village which was on this side is connected with all of those birch trees you see in space around. Brzezinka was one of the villages.
And this is the older part, the beginning before they started to build on this side. And all these buildings were built by the prisoners. What did she say? Oh.
I think the house broke down until they was not good building, maybe they took them down.
Oh. Those trains that we were standing were carrying people from the registration camp or at the entrance. They had been promised work, they had been promised houses, and they were told the train is going to the east. So when they got here, they were very confused because they did not know where they were. And on that side, the train would go on that side to chamber 2 and 3, where there was gas. They would be cremated with gas, and on the other side was chamber number 4 and 5. where they had other cremation. And in those train chambers, there are no windows, and they were given only 2 buckets. One had water, and the other one was to go to the bathroom. And since they went for many kilometers, so many people did not make it. So many corrupt and died inside there. So you can imagine you are in a train with no water, no food. There are dead bodies inside there, but there are still some that survived. And how did they survive? Because they managed to come out. Once the train stopped, they came out, at least to get fresh air, and that's how they survived.
This is where was the end of the railway line. This is where the last carriage of a long train stopped. And what is visible on your left and right? The crematoria and gas chambers ruins. Half of the buildings were blown up by the SS 7 days before the camp was liberated to hide evidence of crimes. That's why visiting Auschwitz but from both sides looked the same. In the forest behind us were the crematorium and gas chambers number 4 and 5. Crematorium number 4 was destroyed by the prisoners, usually. Those people who are witnesses of crimes every day, supposed to be killed at the end of the Holocaust, they were not nice persons. Decision was to start the kind of attack against the SS people. On 7th of October 44, the revolt started. The revolt finished at the same day with death of over 450 of the Sonderkommando members. Those people decided for revolt to die with honor and with dignity. The last crematorium was destroyed a day before the camp was liberated by the SS people. This is where none of the crematorium or gas chamber remain. Now we walk there. I like to show you what remained after the war. The crematorium with gas chambers the prisoners constructed. Most of the prisoners were not informed that they built a place of cremation or extermination. Those people who are appointed to build the building had no choice. The SS authorities liked very
Buildings were destroyed later so that there is no evidence of anything that existed. When they entered the chambers, they were removed their clothes and pushed into a chamber where pellets of gas were released and they died.
It was ground level part. There, on that ground level, were 5 furnaces for cremation deposits, and there in underground, the channel behind the fence was the gas chamber, and on the right, in front, was the place of changing. This is where human ashes were collected. Exactly here, behind you, every other place where the prisoners cremated the corpses was searched for traces after the World War II. The corpses were cremated in the trenches of the forest. There many of the ashes were found. Ashes were found behind the crematoria and gas chambers. You've seen human ashes from Birkenau. I presented the glass urn. Yeah? And after the World War II, the pits for collecting of the ashes were searched. A lot been found after the war too. The human bones, fragments, ashes, sometimes poor type of belongings of the Jewish people, which had no value. The manuscripts written by the Sonderkommando prisoners, who, as long as they were alive, expecting death, noticed how they spent every day, who they were. And the manuscripts were found in the bottom of the pits. Those manuscripts were written by Jewish people from different countries, including Zeuman Gradowski, who was the leader, one of few leaders during revolt against the SS. And during revolt, Zeuman Gradowski was murdered. Over here, inscriptions in 4 languages.
So all the standing chimneys are from the barracks. After many years of not being used, the walls collapsed. But you can see the chimneys have remained.
I think it used to be there just maybe for them to keep warm.
And these are the original buildings, because the ones on this side were built by the prisoners.
We are in the first part of Birkenau Auschwitz II complex. You are standing by original building, which was the camp kitchen. In the kitchen were female prisoners, because we are in the sector for women and for girls. No men, no boys here. Men and boys were housed behind the platform. What is opposite? The original building, which was placed for registration, disinfection of newcomers. Those who were in front of a building looked very different. Normally civilians. But after leaving the building, without head hair, dressed with striped pajamas, without identity, and everybody looked the same. Any differences? What type of a building was here? On this side, where we are, were 3 rows of a brick barracks. Opposite, behind the road, were 3 rows of a wooden barracks. After wooden barracks, we see the line of foundations and the brick chimneys. Figure of female prisoners held here, 30,000 or more. In late summer of 1942, over 42,000 people were housed in this one part of Birkenau. For me, it's impossible to see all civilians from the town Auschwitz held here. It's not possible to imagine. Those old houses, different people, those old buildings in the town, and everyone squeezed in this small space, and any privacy during day and during night. And every day the same noise from train, shouts of Germans, and smoke from all the space behind where cremation was carried out non-stop. These were 2 subcamps. Can you see the fence? Which seemed 2 of the subcamps A and B. This is the subcamp in which were held women in the camp employed. They were digging in trench ditches. They collected corpses of dead prisoners. They were workers of a kitchen, workers in the building for registration.
So this was the kitchen for the women, because this section was only women, and in every barrack were 1,000 of women with no food, with bad condition, like we said. I mean, of course they were limited, because those who worked in the kitchen had better food, and they knew that, okay, this one works in the kitchen, they have more chances to get food. This one works where the people are undressing with their bags and clothes, they have access to better clothing. So of course there was enmity, of course there was fighting, bad condition. So up here were wooden barracks. That's why they collapsed after a while, but the chimneys were made out of bricks. That's why they are still standing. And the foundation was made out of brick, so it's still standing. Amazing. Amazing. It did not matter how many died, because new people were coming every day.
Yeah, from all over the world.
From all over the world, you know. Oh my God. This is where they are supposed to come and take a shower and go to the toilet. Amazing. Look at, there's no isolation, so you can imagine during winter how cold.
So Survive with the End reported about humiliation, helplessness, first of all. They were not seen as humans, they were numbers. In the barrack were numbers. In front of the barrack were dead numbers. They're on the way to the gas chamber subhumans, not the humans. Those killers seen themselves as the real humans. They supposed that they were high rank people who had right to kill and to murder. How many of the prisoners were found during liberation January 1945? Not a lot, over 7,000 people who are dying were found during liberation, much more dead than alive. Those of the prisoners who were stronger were already evacuated from Auschwitz. They were evacuated for work in factories and held in German concentration camps located on the train of Germany. What about the prisoners? The prisoners received intensive medical care offered by the Red Cross of my country, and the barracks of a camp were temporary hospitals. When the prisoners survived intensive medical care, which lasted 4 months after the World War II, they were free, they could go out. But the people who were out of a fence were not the same persons as coming into the camp. They're often without family, no the perspective for better future. The Holocaust survivors with Jewish roots from my country who avoided death didn't like to stay in Poland. Germans organized 6 extermination centers on the train of occupied by them Poland. That's why a lot of Jewish people, citizens of my country, survivors, decided for emigration. 3.3 million Jews lived in Poland. Germans murdered 3 million successfully. Primo Levi was the Italian Jew. He was in Auschwitz. He lived in Italy. He was a writer for some times. He was not able to forget about Auschwitz. That writer, after the World War II, before the suicide, said, "It happened, therefore it can happen once again." Tadeusz Borowski, a political prisoner, survivor from Auschwitz, very clever, smart man, imprisoned in Auschwitz I, then his work to which they forced him was at Birkenau. He was an electrician, very often visiting sector for women to do something, to repair the fence line or something else. And thanks to this, a lot of visit here, he found his future wife from Auschwitz. She was also from Poland. After the war too, they decided to build new life together. They were parents, they had a daughter. Borowski was the writer. One of the book dedicated for memory of those whose life finished on arrival has the title "Ladies and Gentlemen, This Way for the Gas, Please." Borowski tried to kill himself several times, and for the last time successfully. What about Germans? Around 8,000 were involved with crimes. How many were found during liberation? Here, no one. How many were found in total after the World War II? 10%, 800. The rest of those people avoid responsibility. Those captured were set on trials. How it was possible that the SS man on duty in Auschwitz, he acted according to the orders? Outside of Auschwitz, nice,
pleasant man, was good father, good husband, good lover. And since early morning, on the way to the camp, and the killer of the humans, how it was possible, how they managed to sleep, how they managed to put their child to the bed, and the day after, being disinfectors, they pushed poison into the gas chamber. Their children, with their Jewish mothers, were dying, screaming from horrible pain. The museum was established in 1947, summertime. Decision undertook Polish Parliament, but the request to create the memorial from here. They collected evidence of crimes. They were first guides. The first director of the State Museum was Mr. Smolin. Today, professional historians. Auschwitz learns us value of our freedom. Do you think about your freedom, about value of your freedom in each morning, drinking a morning coffee? From you?
Sometimes.
We are busy non-stop. A lot to do during the day. And we are not thinking, not all of course, because you are born as free people. The war, disaster, is the pastime. But we've been not promised freedom forever. That time, so many people were dying because of humanity ignorance. And today is the same. Humanity ignorance. That's why the humans dying everywhere. Everywhere. We can notice death of innocent people in Europe, out of Europe, everywhere. The higher rank humans who suppose that they had right to enter the country and to kill lower class of humans. History is repeated. Do not complain for your life. Enjoy your life. You can offer a lot to the others. First of all, your time and your life. Without iPhone, you are sitting at the table, looking at the eyes to those to whom you like to say something. Send positive message. Say I love you every day. Name your emotions. Believe me that we manage to communicate without iPhone. It's possible. I wish you all the best. Be happy people, full of life. Be free people for your whole entire life. This is what I wish you. And I like to leave you with the words of a song singing by John Lennon. I suppose that majority of you know the text. The title is Imagine. Beautiful song. We are all together, no matter of our beliefs and our languages. Yeah, we are the humans. This is what we should remember. Opposite us, the humans, with the same rights, no matter of color of our skin, no matter of our languages. It's very important. Thank you very much that you managed to stay with me and with Yeswa. Thank you very much for coming to the State Museum. You are great people. You managed and you like to enter. All the best. We are coming back.
Thank you so much. the train here, not knowing your destiny and not knowing where you're going, or rather knowing that you're going for better life, better opportunity, better jobs, and getting to a place where you don't even know where you are, and you're stripped of all everything you have and led to gas chambers. What a horrible way to end a life. What a horrible way to end a life. Like she said, humans, we ought to do better after this. We ought to know better and do better.